All right, the next person that Michelle Michaels, are you here? Yes, okay. Sorry, I know we didn't connect before, so I want to make sure. Do you mind coming up? And Jason, if you want to, no pressure. You can come up too if you want. But during Joshua 24, one of the ways in which we had people experience this was in your neighborhood. Neighborhood tent is what we talked about. Yep. And so we were like, hey, this is a cool way for people in your everyday with the people that you live. Sometimes you know your neighbors, sometimes you don't. What does it look like to just gather people around you? And so we found out afterwards that these guys did that. And so can you describe a little bit about what led you up to deciding to doing a neighborhood group?
Well, we as a couple had decided that we were going to go to the church tent. And then for the first time, after living next door to this family for over 12 years, I asked her if she wanted to go for a walk. And we had finished our walk. At the end of the walk, the whole tent card came up. And so we're like, okay, let's walk the trail again. Let's keep going. Let's talk about this. And it kind of started out as a matter of wanting to mark the card and get it turned in, saying they were doing something.
We provide lots of pressure. Everybody fill out a card, right?
Yeah. But for me in that moment, this was something we wanted. We saw this as an opportunity to get involved in a small group. And so I had said, well, let's do this. And so when I said, let's do this, I meant it. And so I didn't stop. And so it was just the two couples to start. And I just kept saying, so when do you want to meet? When do you want to meet? You know, we start Sunday. When do you want to meet?
Yeah.
And then a fellow neighbor who lives a couple doors down, we go to BSF together. And so we are sitting at our first BSF. And I said, so what are you doing for Joshua? And she said, well, we're not doing anything. I'm like, well, come Thursday. We're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's easy. Just walk a couple doors down. And then another couple moved in October, and I learned about them moving in. Maybe it was in November. It was when it was really cold and snowy again early on, because their daughter is the same age as our daughter, and our daughter encouraged her to come to junior high small group, encouraged them to get to Eastview. Another family encouraged them to get to Eastview. So there were several of us working in that family. And so through them, I learned about them moving in and encouraged them to come to small group. And so in a matter of 6 weeks, we went from 2 couples to 4 couples. And we actually are the 3rd small group on our street. So
Really neat. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are continuing and you're moving forward,
yes.
right? And it started with a walk.
Yes.
And inviting somebody in. Yeah. Jason, anything you want to add to your guys' experience? You're like, no, what are you doing?
We're co-leaders, but it's like 99% right here.
Okay. You have a good name. I like it. So
Yeah. So the whole premise of us becoming the leaders was nobody had led before. Nobody had been in a small group. And I was leading a junior high small group. So from Stuart and Amy and everything they gave us, I said, well, I have materials. I can get us through this. And I would many times I'd say, I'm sorry if I'm speaking like you're 11, but that's what I prepped for. So
Yeah, what I love about this, so, I mean, whether it's telling stories or whether it's just meeting people around you and perceiving a need, it's the invitation, right?
Yeah.
The boldness to make an invitation, and it's growing in cool ways because God's in the middle of it and you're willing to take that step.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Great.
Yeah, appreciate it. Give them thank you guys.